So now we're ready to install Python. So we can go back to typing in yum install Python. So I'll just clear the screen, yum install Python. And once that's done, I want to move into installing pip. So let's just wait for this to quickly install. All right, now we go to a browser and I want to type in pip install to get the appropriate link for us to install pip. So let's do that, and we'll find the official site for Python. It's the second link here, packaging.python.org. We'll go here and we'll have a look at the requirements for Python. If we scroll down here, it says the requirements for installing Python. And you see here it says if you have Python greater than or equal to 2.79 or Python greater than or equal to 3.4. To install pip, we need to have these two versions, and then we also need to have a few other things. So let's just check the version of Python we have on this machine. I'm sorry, I need to put lowercase p. So we see we have version 2.75, which is not the required version for the pip package manager. So to do that, we need to go back to the requirements and let's have a look at what we need to do to get the correct version. If I scroll down, we'll see we need the setup tools, and we'll also need the wheel. So let's go down and find the links required to install that. You'll have to go through the same process depending on what version of Python you have on your machine. So let's go in, and I've found another link that allows us to either use the yum or apt-get. Because I'm running CentOS 7, I'll be using yum. Let's go in and look for the proper commands that are required to get this to work. So we need to install the wheel and the setup tools. So this link, as I scroll down, will tell us the commands. So here we have upgrade, yum upgrade. So let me copy this particular link to upgrade Python, yum upgrade Python setup tools. And let's type that command in. And as we'll see, that is already no updates required. First thing I need to do is install it. So let's just install that first to make sure we have the latest version. And as we'll see, that has worked now. So if the upgrade doesn't work, you need to go through to install that. Once this is done, we can move on to the next command, which is install Python pip and the Python wheel. So let's go in and do that. And as you see, this is installing. So once this is complete, we are now ready to make sure we have the latest version of Python and the latest Python wheel and setup tools. Now that has been complete, we want to move on to using pip to install one more program called the PyInstaller. So to do that, we go back to our CentOS 7 machine, and what I'll do here is make sure we type in the command pi to see the pip file has now available to us. So here we are, we see pip available to us. So we type in pip install, and we want to type in PyInstaller. So capital P Y, capital I in installer, so PyInstaller. And once that has been installed, we will be ready to move on to the next step. So pip install PyInstaller. I'll just wait a couple seconds for this to install correctly. And once this has been installed, we will move on to the next step where we will be installing the Veil framework. And here we see that PyInstaller has successfully installed.